All right. We have hate speech on the Huffington Post, and I just want to show you it and show you that this is the kind of stuff the Huffington Post allows. So the Huffington Post doxed Amy Mack, and, you know, she had some tweets out there that I don't think were the best look in the world, but she was anonymous and had a right to be anonymous. But let's look at some comments that the Huffington Post are putting up there. I'd say there are ways to deal with the Amy Macks of the world. All of them are done, but by whatever means necessary, okay? It's coming to that. These people need to start disappearing, never to reappear except on the side of a milk carton. So again, this is official Huffington Post. Comments that is being widely upvoted and everything. So I guess my question is, if comments like these appeared on an alt-right website, I think we agree that everyone would consider that hate speech. Everyone would consider that a death threat. So again, we're on the Huffington Post here. We're on the official site. I'd say we need to deal with the Amy Macks of the world by whatever means necessary. These people need to start disappearing, never to reappear except on the side of a milk carton. So, this to me looks like a death threat. Does this look like a death threat to you would be my question. Yes or no? These people need to start disappearing, never to reappear except on the side of a milk carton. That to me, milk carton, you know, I don't know if you're old enough to remember when children would disappear, they'd be on the side of a milk carton. And that, to me, reads like a death threat. These people need to start disappearing, never to reappear except on the side of a milk carton. I'd say the Amy Macks of the world, all of them are done by whatever means necessary with extreme prejudice. That, to me, also sounds like a death threat. Now, a lot of people saying nothing will change. All I can do is educate and inform people. You know, all I can do is educate and inform people. And there are some more threats for sure out there. But these are pretty unequivocal. These people need to start disappearing. So the question is, why does Facebook allow this kind of hate speech, right? That would be, I'm reporting that to Facebook as hate speech. So that would be my question is, why are, so I'm just going to report these as hate speech here, because that is, most emphatically, hate speech. So it's threatening, violent. So I'm just going to go ahead and, report credible threat of violence, because that's what it is. And I'm just going to submit that to Facebook for review. So there's one. And then this one here, I'd say there are ways to deal with the Amy Macks of the world. All of them are done, but whatever is necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and report that to Facebook also, as that is a credible death threat. There can be no question that that's a credible death threat, credible threat of violence. There's no question, and we'll just submit that to Facebook. So I just want you people to understand that, the left is getting violent beyond belief. There's no way to defend that, right? If somebody tweeted something like that, I would block that person. This is not defensible. And again, Huffington Post, they obviously don't moderate it. These comments here, I'll show you the comments. We found them last night. So it isn't like, it's not like the Huffington Post wasn't aware of, it's not like they weren't aware of what was happening. So I can show you, last night these comments were here. So last night I posted, she must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. Okay. She must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. So this again, last night at the Huffington Post, that comment was there. Same comment from last night. I'd say there are ways to deal with her. So you can see, hold on, we're getting a little glare. I'd say there are ways to deal with Amy Mack. I tweeted this out last night. And the other comment I tweeted out last night, she must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. And you can see, of course, these comments are still up. So the Huffington Post has been put on alert about these comments, and yet they're not deleting them. They're not moderating them. They're not disavowing them. It sounds to me like they're trying to get her killed. I mean, there's not really any other way. Hey, here's an anonymous person. Oh, but the comments, well, we can't really, we can't control our comments, right? We can't, we can't, so I guess the question is whether, why won't the Huffington Post disavow, these really, really nasty comments? You would, again, these people need to be disappearing, never to reappear except on the side of a milk carton. All of them are done, but by whatever means necessary with extreme prejudice. So I guess that's my question. Why is it so hard? How is it so hard for the Huffington Post to just say, hey, we don't allow death threats, right? So the Huffington Post will not ban death threats. They're well aware that these threats are happening, and they just really don't have anything to say. Here we go. She must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. That's interesting. So we'll report this comment too as hate speech. That got 6 upvotes too. So she must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. We'll report that also as hate speech. It should be on Facebook. It's threatening, violent, and suicidal, credible threat of violence, and we'll submit. So again, we have not an isolated thing. We have, by the way, this is on Facebook, right? So these are all credible threats of violence being hosted by the Huffington Post. I don't really know how anybody can defend this. It's fascinating that the mainstream media doesn't really want to, say anything about that. She must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. So this is, I'm just telling you, Amy Mack, I'm not going to defend what she was saying. People have their free speech rights. I don't agree with a lot of, you people know me, I'm a lot more moderate on the, how people view Islam, but people have free speech. They have the right to anonymous speech, and you shouldn't dox people knowing that they're going to, incite these kind of death threats. That would be, that would be an issue. It would sort of go without should kind of go without saying, she must be sunsetted slowly and painfully. That's the caliber of person you're going to find at the Huffington Post. This is very dangerous times. Whether you agree with Amy Mack or not, I don't really care about that. I care about these death threats that are happening. And this is the modern left. This is what they want. They're doxing the family, the whole thing. So just know that these people are, it's a different, with these people, they want to murder us. They're saying it, right? This isn't me spreading a conspiracy. They're saying literally what they want to do to her. This isn't me characterizing this, right? So the Huffington Post, they need to clean up their comments. They need to disavow this kind of stuff. Otherwise, the only conclusion we can draw is that this is exactly why they dox you. They dox you so that people will think perhaps maybe they'll sunset you slowly and painfully. This is the HuffPo.